as you're going on to, you know, if coming into a scene that's already started, and it costs a lot of money to run a tape. You know, basically the cameras are going, there's a lot of people working, and you're aware that you don't want to screw up. And he is the guy who will be holding the back of your costume going, don't fuck up, don't fuck up. Sorry for the language. And
they did know they were coming to a Spartacus camp.
exactly. I think you've heard it all before. And this season, just I lived in Roman World with the fabulous Lucy and Nick Tarabay and Viva, and they were a delight to play with every week, so every day. So always a joy.
Well, being Nadia, I kind of have three. It's really hard because I was in every scene that Lucy and John were in, so I got to play with those two guys and see them just be hysterically funny during very full-on sex scenes. And I'm holding the tongue of line, guys.
I've just noticed, sorry to interrupt, but I have, after my vile, disgusting language, so it's 3 young guys. Sorry, kids. You just forget everything that happened. Look at this right line. Sorry, Dad.
We'll do the PG version. So John and Lucy were fun, but Nick Tarabay, who I know is, you know, in Napier, character-wise, they're not that great friends, but him and I were great friends, and he was just so great to watch, just even from an actor's perspective, because you got to see him do that villain just so well, while still being very charming. Like, you love to hate him. You know, that's really fun to do. So that's fun.
Alright, thanks.
You started it with the swearing, by the way. You set the tone. Sorry, Dad. Sorry, guys.
Turtle bit. Alright, I got a simple question for you, Katrina. What job on the Voyager would you want to have?
7 of 9.
7 of 9?
Resistance is futile.
I have a question for all of you. How much did the boot camp suck?
Boot camp didn't suck for me at all. Like, I'm not a timid, meek-mouthed slave in real life, but a bit of a tomboy. I like to beat up people randomly in the street. No, I love the boot camp. I was there every day solid for 2 weeks, and I was the only chick, because I did it during Gods of the Arena, even though Napier wasn't fighting in the prequel. And those boys did not give me any special treatment. They were like, if you want to show up here, you're going to flip tires, you're going to do push-ups, and you're going to kick some ass. And they fully embraced me. It was hard. Like, I went home literally walking like John Wayne every day. And felt the muscles I didn't even know I had.
Some of them not your own.
Exactly. I did have this funny thing where I had to learn how to do a forward roll, right? On a table, like literally they stack up these mats and then you have to, you know, roll. I ended up sitting on Tyrone, who is a stunt double, and he's done some stunts for Manu, and then this season he was Manu's double. Yeah, he was Manu's double. I landed on his head. So this poor guy looked up and there I was. And it wasn't in the scene. But you know, it was fun.
Did you boot camp?
Did you?
No, I was general. General Dear Rob, as a general, I don't think my character would do boot camp. It would cost you this much. Okay, Greg, you're released. Bye.
I did boot camp this year, and I have to say, it kicked my ass. It kicked my ass hard, and I basically went home and started popping ibuprofen like it was candy. I think one of my favorite moments was with the bow and arrow. One of the first days they gave me the bow and arrow, I started shooting it. And my dad was an archer when he was younger, so I felt like, oh, I'm having this natural inclination for it. And when I had it slow, I could do it. And then they're like, well, you need to just be able to raise it very quickly and just shoot. And they said, you just go. I'm like, I've had this in my hand for about 5 minutes. Are you sure you want me to do this? So of course, it hits the cement wall, bounces back 50 feet, and every single stunt double behind me basically had to do this diving roll. Sorry about that. No, but the boys down there, there's something about the Kiwis. They're amazing when it comes to the boot camp, because those boys are amazing. They will kick your ass. They will take names, but at the same time, they're so sweet and gentle, and they will encourage you to eat the banana before they make you throw up again. So they're really good about it, and they're really professional and just tough boys.
And a lot of those guys, Al Poppleton, he has doubled Jason Statham, so like we are working with people who know their.
Stopped in.
Hi, how are you? I just want to let you know I met you guys the other day, and you're all so beautiful and sweet, not just on the outside, but on the inside also. And also that when I first saw this series, or the show, my husband was watching, and he kept saying, come here, I want to show you something. No, I'm doing it. No, come here, you got to see this. The first thing I seen is TNA. I know, be careful. And I said, wow, this is a good show. But as I watched it for weeks, I said, this show is so good, not because of what you do, I can't say, but you know, you're such great actors and actresses, and the storylines are so great. You don't even need that, but it's definitely a bonus. And I really don't have a major question. I guess my question would be, in the first season, I know some were in, some weren't in it, but my favorite phrase from the House of Bargain, I always have a hard time saying that. It's C and B, and I can't say it now. I laughed every time I heard the C and B comments. I don't know if that's a comedy piece or if that was a serious thing, but I'm sure a lot of people must have been laughing when they were C and B, you know. I can't say it.
I love it. This is going to be the most cryptic panel. And then the G. And then they say, come and whisper. Come and whisper. Oh, right. What's this?
So my question for you is, as far as behind the scenes, I'm sure you must have a lot of fun.
A lot of people said that saying behind the scenes as well. And worse.
What is your favorite phrase that you get to say or something? I don't know, that sounds really stupid, but that you think are funny that you have to say, that you think is maybe stupid or funny? There's probably nothing. Probably all your clothes, but I mean, you know.
I did what was really hysterical because we shoot in we shoot it basically in a giant studio, but it's a warehouse, and we shoot in the middle of winter. We don't wear that much, so a lot of it is we're so colder inside than it was outside. But of course, in the first season, there's the drought, right? The rains have not come, and so Viva, who plays Alithia, had this phrase which just cracked us up because we're slaves standing there with no shoes and like a little loincloth, and you know, and she had this phrase where she was like, "Ooh, the heat and the dark."
Thank you very much. I just want to say, Craig,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
loved you in Lord of the Rings, and too bad you didn't get a bigger part you should have.
Gosh.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Tiptoes, yeah.
I gotta stand on my tiptoes. So forgive me if I fall over. I'm just wondering, as professional actors and actresses, how do you deal with the rabid fans that cannot distinguish you from your characters?
We were, most people aren't rabid. And we were talking about, you know, this will sound really sucky, like your intro, but we were talking about this week. But the really lovely thing about this weekend for us is no one has been crazy. It's been kind of a really pleasant. I think the lovely thing with Spartacus is I've worked on other shows where there's sort of more confusion. I think Spartacus is, because it's a much more adult show, and not just adult in clothes come off, but the characters are much more human. They're much more real. Like there's no necessarily goodies or baddies as in life, and And I think a lot of the time television is simplified down. It's kind of this childish view of the world that there are heroes and baddies and stuff, where the writing with Spartacus is much more, everyone is flawed and everyone is trying to do the best in their own life. And part of that, so it makes the show a lot more adult, and I think people who enjoy it and get off on it have a much more adult sense of what it is. You know it's a silly show, and not get off on that.
No, Shirley happens too.
But yeah, and so people tend to have a much more realistic idea of, you know, that we are the actors, and it's a bit hard to confuse, you know, 2,000 years ago with now.
Well, I randomly do have people ask me to get in line, and I'm like...
And I like slap people in restaurants. Smash! It's like Lisa calls. It's like, well,
Thank you.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Hello.
Seeing that this is partially a comic book convention, what do you prefer, Marvel or DC?
Well, I eventually would love to be Huntress, so... So, I'm pretty sure she's DC, right?
Yes.
She's like, yeah, good, yeah, DC.
Just trying to cover for you.
Yeah, that's just good.
I like to support all forms of art. And I think everyone's creative urge is valid. I like Donald Duck and Goofy comics.
They own Marvel now, so they directly Marvel answer.
Damn! But I also liked Woody Woodpecker. I didn't really, stupid bird.
I guess maybe, who would I choose?
Maybe Thor, because you love Chris too much. He's the dreaming dog.
Maybe because I think I'd look quite cool with grey hair and a tan, so maybe Storms.
Yeah.
It's X-Men.
What's your favorite?
Marvel.
Of course. Marvel.
I was wondering, do you have any favorite TV shows? I guess this is for all of you.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones right now. Last girl.
I'm really getting into Stars. This new show. I know this is not a comic, but Magic City. I love it. And American Horror Story.
American Horror Story is my absolute. That was the thing that blew me away. I saw it last year and just went, oh God, someone is making this kind of television again. It's just twisted and it's kind of David Lynch from 15 years ago. Jessica Lange, my God, she's good. And you just go, right, this is a movie star who just. And I think it's. Oh, there's another shows like Magic City and Game of Thrones that. The best stuff is being made in television at the moment. There's like movies kind of bore me. Like it's fun to go and see the big ones, but so little really smart stuff is being made. And then in the world of television, you're getting these beautiful kind of character journeys and stories. And
There are far better roles for women in television than there are. You know, you get to kind of play around a bit more with different genres.
and Doctor Who. What's the car? What's the car? You've got Doctor Who.
That's Back to the Future.
Oh right, and what's the which one?
Stargate.
Oh.
Did you make that yourself?
No, I bought it actually at the convention.
Are they your 3 favourite shows? Or have you just like 2 of them and then you went, oh, what's Stargate as well?
It's part of the space and time, so
Time, space, in between is both.
yeah.
Nice. Time, space, in between. Time, space.
Thank you.